Oh, what's up, familia? Welcome inside the pad. Hope you guys are doing good. Keep it between the lines. Got your loads curve, man. I miss saying that, man. All right, man. So, hey, check this out. You guys know that I'm going into business for myself, but with that, there's a nice long process to it. And I got my boy Vic Med that's here. Jump on here. You know, real quick before I bring him on, Strange Days. I was reading what you put right there. Tashunka, are you serious, man? That is scary, dog. He bumped his shin, got an infection, and died. Damn, that is scary, man. Hey, but Tashunka, I'm sure that was a long time ago, man. With all due respect, you look like you've been around the block a time or two, Tashunka. Much love to you, carnal. Um, it sounds scary, man, and people think about buying a truck like it's just buying a truck, right? But you're actually starting a company. You're starting a business. So with that, let's go ahead and bring in what I call the trucking guru, one Mr. Vic Med. Vic.
What's going on, Chulo?
Just kicking it, man. Doing a lot of research, and it's really starting to open up, man. It really is. When I first started talking to you about this stuff, it was still a little. I still wasn't. It was still a little foggy for me, Holmes. But now that the ball is actually rolling, um, yeah, man, things are really starting to open up. Like I got my own EIN number, and I remember I used to hear that, and I used to think, oh, what is that, man? You're speaking in terms that I don't even really know, dog. I'm just kind of like nodding my head, like, okay, yeah, sure. But before we do all that, saludos to everybody on here. Carlos, Drunken Chef. Gracias, big dog. I got it in. Hey, if you guys that are watching, man, you guys go ahead and get yourself tap in a Drunken Chef. He's got a lot of good seasoning. I like the jalapeno one, man. Hey, Vic, we gotta get you some of this seasoning, dog. Serio, you put it on everything, man. On everything.
Drunken Chef? That's his website or what?
Drunken Chef. Yeah, it's on YouTube. I'm telling you, man. He lives out in Arizona.
Yeah.
He's got a couple of seasonings. You got the salt and garlic. You got the jalapeno. You got the habanero. It is. You could throw it on mixed fruit. You could throw it on soups. You could throw it marinated with carne, lo que sea, dog. Good stuff, man.
Okay.
House of Tattoos. What's going on? What's going on with everybody, man? Andres, ¿qué huele? All right, Vic. So, I was talking. Okay, so let's start from the very beginning, man. When I got into trucking, my family was in the trucking business. They handed me over an old, beat up 1981 International cab over, no power steering, no anything. These trucks will not be allowed in California anymore, man. It wouldn't, man. But one thing is that they didn't know that they're still rolling, which is sole proprietor. Now, when I hear terms like that, I don't know what the heck anybody's talking about until just recently, where it's like, okay, talking to you and everything like that nature. It's like, all right, which is what I want to get into. The mistakes that everybody makes that just says, okay, I want to buy a truck, but I'm scared, man, because if the truck, if I don't succeed, I go down with it. I don't want to lose everything I got, man. I don't want to lose my cars. I could get into debt and I might, lose everything I got. But that's not the case. There's a difference between you and there's a difference between the company. Right, Vic?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So first things first, you go and you start a corporation or LLC, man. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Well, let me speak a little bit about sole proprietor. Sole proprietor, because I started as a sole proprietor.
Okay.
And the way I see sole proprietor is pretty much you can compare it to being a business. I mean, a company driver.
Hmm.
You're just learning the business. I mean, being a sole proprietor should just get your should get your feet wet. It's the cheapest way to go about it, but it's the most riskiest way to go about it because you're open to the public. You get into an accident, what have you. They sue you and they'll go after everything that you own.
Mm,
But sole proprietor is the cheapest way that you can go. Uh, After that, you should not stay as a sole proprietor for too long because you really have to think about that liability, of you getting sued. Uh, there's a lot of people right now that are faking these crashes against trucks. So, you know, even if you have that front camera, I mean, they're still coming after you. So,
mm.
being a sole proprietor is the cheapest way, but it's too risky. You really need to think about that before you want to stay in that category that long. You don't want to stay in that category that long.
Mm.
LLC, it's good, uh, but you know, you still leave yourself open. They can still come after you. After you, they can go after the company, but at the same time, they can also go after you. Being corporation, they can't touch you at all. You are just you, and the company is just the company. Where an LLC, you're you're still connected a little bit. So if they come after the company, they can still come after you. So you
Okay.
really have to do your research on what it is that you want to do.
Okay. So let's talk about that because that's what I did. I got a corporation. The ball has been rolling. So, all right. Because I think I'm not sure people really understand. Heck, I'm still trying to, understand it myself, man. Um, when you start this is completely because you can just go and buy a truck and start getting into business for yourself. But when you start a corporation, and it's really all not too expensive, to be honest, it's really not that bad. But you go and you open a business bank account, right? You don't use your bank account. You go and you open a bank account for the company, for the business. Everything is going to be separate because I have talked to some truckers and it's them. They themselves personally have started another bank account and they say that account is just for the truck, for all the expenses in there, but it's still under their name. It's not under the company's name. And I think that is where people are a little uneducated, where it's not you. It is the company that you need to start everything for. So, Vic, can you talk to us a little bit about that, dog?
The thing with starting a corporation, you have to understand the difference between you and the corporation. You're opening up a lot of doors, but in order to open up these doors, you have to you have to apply for the right things. Like for instance, you get a corporation, you got to open up a bank account under that corporation. Your name is going to have uh, the corporation is going to have your name on that corporation, and that's all good. But you have to open up an account under the name of the corporation. You have to apply for credit card. If you go to the bank, open up that account that same day. Open up an account, a credit card under that LLC or S corp.
Yes.
If you guys don't understand this, let me see if I can make it more simpler for you. When you open up a credit card under that corporation, you use it for fuel, use it for whatever the truck needs, for your clothes, for tools, whatever it is that you need. At the end of the week, you pay it off completely. The next week, you use it the same way. You pay it off completely at the end of the week. Within 6 months to 8 months, you might have a credit line of, say, for instance, $5,000. Within 6 months, you're gonna have a credit line of 50,000. You keep doing that for another 6 months to 7 months. After the 7 months, 8 months, you're gonna have a credit line of 150,000. Corporation, a company, and yourself, you have to separate and understand the difference. The individual should just use their money. The corporation should pay the individual. Everything should go under the corporation. Everything. But you need to understand when you open up these accounts, use them. Don't let them just sit around and do nothing. A
Yeah.
corporation will open up a lot. Whoa, was that me? A corporation will open up a lot of doors for you guys as long as you use them the right way and you keep using them and paying them off.
Okay, so is it that easy to open up a business bank account? You just go in and say, "Hey, listen, I started a business. I got my EIN, which is Employer Identification Number, which is what you get once your corporation is completed. You take that in. Is it that easy to say, oh, and while I'm opening it up, I want to go ahead and apply for a credit card? Is it that simple?
Yes, yes, it is. You're
Okay.
gonna take your letter. It's called letter of authority. You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
take your letter of authority. You're gonna take that letter that says your EIN number,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna open up an account under that.
Okay.
They're gonna open up credit cards under that. Once you do that, I mean, the world is yours as long as you use it the right way.
Okay. Now, there are some things I was doing some research, and there are some things to watch out for when you open up a company credit card. The main thing is make sure that it is not personal guarantee. That's what I heard. I heard, listen, make sure that it is not personal guaranteed, because if they say that it's personal guaranteed, it sounds good, but it's actually not good. That will actually link it back to you, the individual, and not just the company itself. So when you open up a company credit card, make sure that it is not personal guarantee. That way, it is just company and company only. Have you heard that?
I, I have a few accounts, Cholo,
Yeah.
and they've never, they've never, they've never offered me personal guarantee.
Okay.
So I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know what bank is doing that, but yeah, they should not be doing that. Yeah, if you hear that, don't open up an account with them.
I I assume okay. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and just kind of assume that that usually happens if you have bad credit. Um, One thing that people have been telling me is it's more important to have good credit than money to get into this. How say you, Vic?
Yeah, I that's. I mean, here it's not about money. It's about credit. If your credit is up to par, I mean, you can get pretty much everything. You know, me personally, there's different strategies on how to run your business, but the way I run my business under debt.
Mm,
If you look at my debt, I mean, I'm I'm up to here with debt. If you look at it, but if you ask me if I worry about the debt, I don't worry about the debt because I've allowed myself to separate myself from that entity, which is the company. So the company's got to take care of itself. Mando,
mm,
I have nothing to worry about. If I want to grow, I cannot grow by waiting to pay off, this truck, this trailer. I can't grow that way. So what
mm,
do? I get credit. I go to a finance company and I tell them, hey, I want to buy this trailer, this truck. That is the only way I grow. I cannot grow by waiting to pay something off. So credit to me is the best way to run a business. But like I said, there's people that don't believe in being in debt. They want to pay stuff off and then move on to the next project. But there's different ways. I run my business on debt, on credit. That's all I use. Need tires for the trucks? Here's the credit card. Of
mm.
course, the business credit card, not my personal credit.
Right.
Business
Yes.
credit card.
Yes.
Trucks need oil changes. Here you go. Here's the credit card. Put it on
Mm,
that. That's the way I run my business. Just credit cards. I do not use my personal money. My money is my money for my family, for us to have fun. And you have to be able to separate yourself from the company and yourself. Once you understand that, once you get that understanding in your system, it'll be smooth.
Yeah, the business has to run itself. With the business credit, make sure that the credit cards are all reporting, because I guess there's some credit cards. I'm trying to fill every gap here, right? I guess there's some credit cards that don't report to all three major companies. You got the three major ones: Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. So make sure all those are being filled with the credit. That way, your credit can keep building and building. Because I'm sure you probably, like myself, I'm gonna start very very small, very small credit line, and then start building it up. But also, what I understood, Vic, is that your own credit you might have a good credit score, but it might not be up to par depending on how you used it. If you're only using it for very small purchases, yeah, you might have some good credit, but they might look at that and say, like, yeah, but you're using it just for gas on your own vehicle, so it's not, you gotta show that you're doing more with the credit card. Vic, is there any truth to that, to the best of your knowledge?
No, there's no truth to it. Uh,
Okay.
as far as a credit card that doesn't report to the three bureaus
Mm,
in the business, you don't have to do that as well. That's personal credit. That has
mm,
nothing to do with the business credit. When you buy a truck and you are doing payments on it, that is the most and best way to credit your company, because that's going to be reported to what's called a done number. A done number is three bureaus put together. Them guys are the ones that bump your credit up or lower your credit because you're not doing your payments on time.
mm.
The three bureaus have nothing to do with business credit.
Okay. So when you open up your bank account and you start a business credit, can you use that credit to go buy a truck?
That's what you're supposed to do, Cholo.
That's why you don't use your own money to purchase a truck.
You don't use your money for nothing, bro. You don't use your money for nothing. Nothing.
That
Nothing at all.
that is what I was getting to. So for everybody that is talking about, like, well, how much money am I supposed to save? I mean, it's good to have some feria, man. Don't get me wrong. It's
For
good to
what?
have some money on
For
the side.
what? For what? Tell me for what? What is it good for? Look at you save up money, Cholo. You're walking on eggshells every single day. Oh, I gotta put this money away for the breakdown. I gotta put this money. No, no.
Okay. Okay. So hey Holmes, then I want to save some feria so I could go to the concert with you, so we could go dance, Holmes.
There you go. There you go. All right, all right.
So
I get you. All right.
so okay, so because I don't think people really know this, Vic. They're like, well, man, dog, I do got a little bit of feria, man, but some are asking for 10,000 down payment, some are asking for 20,000 down payment, and it's like, no, that's your personal feria. You don't do that. Start a corporation or LLC, whatever one suits you more. You go to the bank, you open up a bank account through the business with the company, using, instead of using your social security number, you use your EIN number. That is your company's social security number. Your information, Charles, use that number as your social security number. At the same time, get credit, use that credit to buy a truck. You are not in debt. The company's in debt, and the money that the company makes, it's a revolving circle, man. It's a revolving circle. I just, okay. Now here's another thing, Vic, because I see you there in the office, homie. I see you there. You have your office in your house and all. Phone number, email, everything separate. Start a personal phone, start a phone number for the company, start an email for the company. Everything is separate for the company. Start a new line for the company only. Have an email strictly for the company itself. I mean, is that do you recommend that?
Yes, yes, very much. Yes, very
Okay.
much. That's gonna pretty much put it in your system. Okay, we're two different entities now.
Hmm.
Once you get that in the system, you'll understand. Okay, I'm not trucking. I am cholo.
Hmm.
Once you understand that, and once you get a different phone number, once you get a different email, it'll sink in. Eventually, you'll get it in your system. Okay, we're two different people here. I have to deal with this money separately, this credit card separately. I have to be able to separate myself, and you'll get to that point. But yes, separate yourself totally.
Yeah, you'll be like Santana. I guess you're right. I am two different people. One was born. No, no, I get you. Okay, here, okay, Vic. This one's gonna stir up some. This one's gonna ruffle some feathers here, man. To the best of your knowledge, Vic. Okay, to the best of your knowledge, man, because people keep saying different things, man. To the best of your knowledge, is there a such thing as a soft pull credit check, or is it all hard credit checks?
No, they're soft pulls.
There are soft pull credit checks.
Yes, they're soft pulls.
Okay. Okay. So, for those that don't know, the soft pull does not affect your credit check to the best of my knowledge, or doesn't affect it as much. But the hard credit checks, you're gonna see something on your credit score. Am I right?
Yeah, and most people that do soft pools, they'll let you know this is gonna be a soft pool. The banks are always gonna pool hard pools, so they'll let you know. But yeah, there is soft pools, and it doesn't really affect your credit.
Okay. So, Vic, person doesn't have a truck, so they go, they pay the feria, they start the corporation, they go to the bank, they start the bank account, they get a bit, they get the credit. Now it's time to go get a truck. Now this is the part where I think some people might fumble. Um, What's the process with that? Do you go with a broker? Do you go to the dealership? If you go to the dealership, is there a possibility that they come back and just say, like, you know what, we can't do it straight here, but we're going to try something else? And what they're really doing is that they're actually going to reach out to a broker, which now is going to get more interest for you to pay. How does it go about buying a truck, Vic?
Buying a truck is just like buying a car.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to your local bank and ask them, see if they finance trucks. If not, you're gonna go to the dealer, find the truck that you like, and you're gonna negotiate your rate, your price, and they have plenty of finance companies that will finance you. I will tell you this. I will tell you this for all you listeners out there. If they ask you to put something down, don't mess with that dealer. Since I've gotten my first truck, the only thing I paid from when I first started trucking, license and registration on the truck. That's all I paid, which was like 1,500 to 1,600 bucks. But if they ask you and they tell you, well, we need $10,000, that's not the dealer to mess with.
You are
Whether your credit is up to par or whether your credit is at 640, 640 is a good credit score to buy a truck. If it's at 640 and above, you're good. But don't put nothing down. There's no such thing as putting anything down on the truck. You want to put something down on the truck? Let me give you a scenario. You have $10,000 in the bank. They're asking you to put down $10,000 and your monthly on the truck is going to be 1,200 bucks. Let's just say 1,200 bucks. You put $10,000 so you can have a monthly of 1,200 bucks a month. A month later, your truck breaks down. How are you going to fix that truck? Makes no sense for you to go broke just to get a truck. Where you could have said, you know what, let's finance the truck. Let's get somebody to finance the truck. A bank, a finance company, whoever. BlackRock, Crossroads. There's a bunch of finance companies that'll finance you, and the dealers have them. You have $10,000 on you. You're gonna finance the truck. Guess what? Your payment is gonna be $1,300 now because you are financing this money. The truck breaks down in a month from now. You still have them $10,000.
Okay. How much, Vic? Because I don't know, depending on when anybody's watching this, but I'm going to open the bank account tomorrow, as a matter of fact. How much credit does the company usually get? I know it kind of varies on your own credit, but how much? Somewhere around the ballpark.
What do you mean?
If I go open a bank account tomorrow for Cholos Trucking Incorporated, okay,
Okay.
now I'm gonna apply for credit. How much credit? And I got some pretty good credit myself, but how much credit do you think they will they're gonna give me for the company?
It just depends on what bank you go to, Cholo. Like for instance, I went to Bank of America. I opened up an account there. My first credit card there was I want to say 5,000. Then I went to Chase. Maybe a few days later, they gave me a credit line of 10,000. I
Mm,
went to U.S. Bank. They gave me a credit line of 7,000. So it just depends on what bank you go to, bro.
okay, you recommend getting different credit cards?
Well, I need to. I need to.
Mm,
If
okay,
if if I keep everything in one account, it kind of looks kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? For the
right.
IRS, for the IRS.
Okay. Okay. So now, okay. So you open up a bank account. How much do you put in there? She put any money in there, Vic?
Yeah, if you're gonna use it, yeah, if you want. I
What
have.
would what would you recommend? I mean, if you got a couple of dollars, if you got a couple of your own dollars, but you open up the company banking account, should you put some of your own feria in there, or just leave it completely blank until you start making some money?
On my accounts, out of my pocket, I've only put $29 in. That's
Wow.
that's it. But the rest of the money comes in through payments. Whatever
Mm,
loads we do, whatever account I give that broker, that's the way he's gonna pay me. He's gonna pay me direct deposit through that account. But my money, that's all I put in these accounts, just $29.
wow, man, so cheap. You couldn't even round up to $30. Damn, Vic. Man, you're going a little cheap on your company there, Holmes.
But you have to learn how to separate yourself.
No,
Total, I mean, it pays itself. It's paying itself. Money's going into it, but not my money.
right. And I think this is where people really get it messed up, and they think about, they think about big corporations and everything like that. And it's like, wait, how did this millionaire go bankrupt, but he still has his Ferraris? He still has his mansion, he still has his cars. It's because he himself did not go bankrupt. His company went bankrupt. Whatever money the company owed does not go back to him. They do not go and say, like, hey, you know what? The company went under. Now we're going to go after your cars since the company can't pay. No, the company went under, not him. And
Exactly.
that's, man, Vic, I think this is some great stuff, some great knowledge to know, man. I don't think a lot of people know this when you start, and it works for more than just trucking. I know we're talking about trucking here, but you definitely separate yourself from the company. So if the business for whatever reason happens to go down, the business goes down, not you. They don't go after your bank account, they don't go after any of your assets. If you own a house, if you don't own a house, if you own a car, whatever it may be, you keep all that because you did not go under. The company went under. And I think people just fumble the ball right there. So Vic, all right. So again, you're gonna buy a truck now. You got the credit. If they ask for down payment, Charles, for you,
I
no
don't
down payment.
I don't put no down payment. Like I said, the only thing I've paid for is just the registration. That's it. I've never paid any down payment for any of my trucks or my trailers.
So if they come back and they say, okay, that let's say you get a pretty good truck, $100,000 truck or something, right?
Yeah.
No down payment. They said like, well, we require 10%.
Nope. No, no, Cholo. The only reason why you're gonna put down 10% is because you have 20% put on the side and you don't know what to do with that 10%. That's it, bro. That is it. Look
Hmm.
at when it comes to company, when it comes to building your own company, you have to play with somebody else's money. Don't
Hmm.
play with your money. If you have $10,000, that's your $10,000 that you work for. The
Hmm.
company, it's a whole different entity. It's a whole different, put it this way, a whole different person that's working for you. So if that person can get the money themselves to grow their business, let them get it. So in other words, if you're gonna go buy a truck, finance that truck. Use somebody else's money. Don't use your own money. Play with somebody else's money.
Wow, man. Okay, that part that's actually surprising to me. I didn't know that you could go. I thought you need to put a down payment, but you use the credit that you got from the company. But no, you don't put a down payment.
You don't put a down payment whatsoever, Cholo. I don't care if it's a 2023 truck.
Hmm.
You don't play with your money. You finance that money. This is a company that you're investing in. Let the company get the money to finance its own equipment. That's it.
Wow, man. Wow, that is some I didn't know that. I was thinking I'm gonna use the company credit to put a down payment and then start paying it off as the truck starts rolling. But
So 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 you're gonna use the company's credit card, right?
yes.
So say you have on that credit card 50,000. You're gonna put all that 50,000 into the truck. Now you have no credit
Okay. Right.
because your
Right.
credit is bottomed out. So say you need fuel for your truck. Now you have to come out of pocket to put fuel in that truck. When you could have got the truck and told Victor, "Hey Victor, you're a finance company. Finance this truck for me." You still have that credit card with 50,000 in there.
Mhm.
Sure, I got you. Yeah, I'll finance the truck. All right. Truck is 68,000. You can owe me 78,000 in 6 years.
Mhm.
Shoot, let me get it. You still have that credit card for 10,000, 50,000, whatever it is that you have.
Okay. And I know a lot of like if you buy a car,
Yeah.
that some of them might have deals like, hey, your first payment isn't until 90 days. How does it work with buying your rig? Are there any deals like that? Do they give you a little bit of time to back up, or is it like, hey, you know what? You bought it this day, 4 weeks from now, 30 days from now is your first payment, and vamonos.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no
Okay.
deals. There's no deals with commercial vehicles.
Okay. All right.
Just
Man.
just remember, just try to separate yourself, company and individual.
Mm-hmm.
Don't spend no money out of your pocket to feed into the company.
Mm-hmm.
Don't. If anything, the company is going to feed into you, the individual, to keep you alive. Just think about it that way, Cholo. Open up some credit cards under your company. Build that credit where you have this credit up to 150, 250,000. Once you have that kind of credit line, I mean, the world is yours, Cholo. You can pretty much do anything you want with that credit. Anything. And
Yeah.
remember, it's a monthly payment that you have to do on this money that you're spending on that credit card. It's not an everyday thing that you have to do. Where
Mm.
if you don't separate yourself, this is what you're going to do. You're going to be coming out of pocket every day to spend into the company when it should be the other way around. The company should be spending every day into you.
Mm, man, man, oh man. You know, I gotta tell you, I woke up this morning, depending on when people are watching this, and I got a little bit like, man, you know what? I'm content, man. Do I really want to do this? I felt like, you know what? I'm actually okay. I'm not doing bad, you know, but and I was thinking, like, I don't know, maybe I should scratch the whole thing, Holmes. Like, serio, man. And then somebody gave me a call earlier in the day and they're talking to me, and I'm like, you know what? Nah, Charlie, I gotta do this, man. I'm thinking I'm gonna be 42 this year. I'm thinking when I turn 50, do I still want to be doing exactly what I'm doing right now? And it's nah, man, I don't. I don't, Holmes. I don't. I still want to be trucking. That's for sure. I still want to be trucking, but I want to be trucking my way, man. So okay, um, so just to cap it off, for anybody who's watching this live or later, and it pertains to more than just trucking. I mean, it's starting a business, corporation or LLC, whichever one suits you more, that separates you from the company that you're starting. Um, open up a bank account for the company, not through you. Do not use any of your information. Right here, I have it. Cholo Truckings Inc. Incorporated. It just sounds better, man. Cholo Truckings Incorporated, and I have my employer identification number, EIN. That is what you use when you start a corporation. That is what you use as your social security number to start a business, bank account. Separate yourself. Start an email, phone number, the credit. Apply for credit, not under your name. Um, Again, from what I understand, make sure it's not personal guarantee. Um, I guess it doesn't hurt to ask. Say like, hey, I don't want a credit of personal guarantee. So I guess you could just throw that in there if anything. And man, get the
You know,
rock and rolling.
the only I've heard one dude say that when buying a truck, personal guarantee. But as far
Okay.
as credit cards and any other stuff, I've never heard of that. But I could be wrong. It could be true, that people, I mean, banks or whatever are offering this. But yeah, don't do the personal guarantee because now when they say that, now you're guaranteeing you, the individual, is gonna pay for the company if the company goes bankrupt. So don't ever sign up for something like that because that is you're just putting yourself in the hole.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Gracias to everybody. You truck the way you want. Over the top. Meet me halfway. That's what I'm gonna do, man. That's what I'm gonna do because the world meets no one halfway. But let me see. I know I'm a Debbie Downer, but isn't Cali trying to get rid of gas and diesel powered vehicles like by 2030, 2035? Hopefully I'm wrong. Someone give me some skin out here. Okay, so the bill passed that in 2036 they will no longer be selling diesel trucks, the sale of diesel trucks. You can still run them, but you will no longer be able to sell diesel trucks. So you can't buy diesel trucks starting 2036. By 2044, you cannot run diesel trucks in the state of California anymore. But by then, um, who knows? I by then I don't know, man. I might be owning a trucking fleet out of France or something in Paris or something. I don't know, man. We'll see. But Vic, anything else, brother? Because now I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped. Dog. I'm ready to go do this, man.
No, it's. I mean, I can go on and on about this credit stuff because it opens up a whole different world for everybody if they understand how to work credit. I mean, think about it, Cholo. You're gonna have credit line of 200 and something thousand. What are you going to do with that credit line? You're just going to let it sit there? No, you're going to put it to use. What you're going to put it to use for? It's up to you. You can put a down payment on a car, on a house, a lot. You want to get some duplexes going. You can do that as well. Uh, you know, storage. Buy trailers, whatever it is that you want to do. But it's going to open up a whole bunch of stuff. To small businesses, the government is always offering grants. Always.
Mm.
Like for instance, when this COVID thing hit, they offer PPP payouts. Some guys got 3, 4, 500,000, and guess what? It was all forgiven. So
Mm.
these are the kinds of doors that are going to be open to small businesses like us. So
Mm.
it's a whole different ball game. It's a whole different world, but you just have to learn how to play with this credit. Bad credit and good credit is a whole different thing.
Do we have space in our yard for a trailer?
No.
No, we don't, Junior.
Tell them to take that to NFI.
Take it to NFI, he said.
There it is, live in action. The man's at work, man. Look at that, man.
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
While you're twirling your fingers like Mr. Burns, Holmes. No. Let's see what you guys are saying right here. You're going into debt, but it's good. Invest. The world meets nobody halfway. Purchase property.
You didn't take that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me just mute Vic real quick. Purchase property in the barrio, but barrio's back. Sure. Hey, that's you know what, man? Listen, we're sitting around complaining about all kinds of things, man. Hey, it's time. Let's knock all that off. All these things are out there, but just like you were saying, Vic, it's there. You could get in the game and play and hit some home runs. You just got to learn the game, man. A lot of people just think that it's a lot of loopholes, and it's not loopholes. It's there. You just got to learn the game and get out there and be willing to play, man. So let's get out there and let's start playing some ball, Holmes.
There's two ways. There's a couple of ways that people run their businesses. Like I was saying before, some people want to pay off their equipment. They don't want to be in debt. Some people don't care about being in debt, like myself, because I believe that I play with debt pretty good, Let me give you guys a scenario what bad debt is and good debt, okay? Let me give you a scenario. Bad debt. This is not the debt that you want to get into. You go get a BMW and you have a payment of $700 a month. That's all you're doing is paying into this freaking car payment. It's not doing anything for you. You're not seeing no money returning to you. You go buy a Freightliner. That's right. I said a Freightliner. Yeah, Freightliner. Right? You buy a Freightliner for $50,000. And every week you're seeing $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 come into your account. That is good debt. You're seeing money coming into your account. At the end of the month, you have a payment of $1,400, $1,500 on that truck. But guess what? Every week you're seeing $1,400, $1,500, $1,600, $1,700 come into your account. That is good debt. That's the difference between bad debt and good debt. And when you buy something and you have nothing in return, it's not putting no money into you. That's bad debt. You go buy something and you're seeing money coming back to you daily, weekly, monthly. That's good debt.
And you're not in debt. The company's in debt. And it's just bringing money back around and around. You are an employer. You are an employee of the company and you pay yourself. Damn. I'm ready to do this.
And one more thing before I let you go. I know you're in, doing the company thing right now, Cholo. But in case you are wondering, should I go W-2 or should I go 1099 for myself?
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
What's your pick? What's your point? What do you think you should do for yourself, Jordan?
Um,
Keep in mind,
okay, okay. Let me throw that out there. Okay, so the W-2s. Um, I know some people like 1099s because you get all of the money, and then you worry about the taxations on the company later on, right when the time comes. The W-2, the Uncle Sam is going to be getting its cut every time you get paid. I'm gonna say whatever works for you. If you can go through W-2, if you can make it work, if you're getting enough feria in while Uncle Sam is getting his cut, then I would say go W-2. But if you need all the money up front so you can really get the ball rolling and then pay Uncle Sam his cut at the end of the year or beginning of the year, then I would say go 1099.
do you guys see how smart Cholo was? And he just ran around the question and threw it off on the third person. Cholo, I'm not talking to the third person.
Okay,
I'm
all right.
talking to you. What's gonna
Okay.
work for you? A 1099 or a W-2?
I'm gonna go. I'm looking at 1099. I'm looking at 1099. Give me all of my feria at least for the beginning. Maybe later on, I could go W-2s, but I'm looking at 1099. Give me all my money up front, man.
Okay, so let me put a little bug in your ear. Okay.
Mm,
And this is what I tell owner operators that ask me for advice. If you're gonna go a W-2, you're gonna go for a W-2 for one reason and one reason only, because you want to buy into your benefits. Okay. If you buy into your benefits, in other words, healthcare, dental, eye, all that good stuff. If you go and do that and buy into healthcare, you wanna pay yourself a minimum wage. Minimum wage is $600 a week, and you want to pay yourself monthly. Now you go for your benefits, you're getting paid minimum wage. How much do you think your payout's going to be? In other words, when you go see the doctor, how much do you think you're going to pay? Not much, 2, $3. What is your health care package going to look like? It's going to look pretty good. Why? Because you're getting paid minimum wage. Do you get it?
yes,
That is
you
that
the company are paying yourself minimum wage, so you are an employee to your own company. Thus, when everybody sees what you are making what you have paid yourself, and it's minimum wage.
So when you go get your health care, when you go get your dental, you're gonna have a good plan. I mean, if Kaiser's your cup of tea, then that's who you're gonna go with, Kaiser.
Mm.
You're gonna have a good plan. And your payout when you go see the doctor, it's not gonna be much. Why? Because you get paid minimum wage. This is the way you work the system. Now, if you go and claim, yeah, I make $1,200 a week, yeah, you're gonna be paying a whole bunch for your health care and eye care and dental and all that good stuff. But be smart about it. Why are you
Okay.
gonna do all that when you can pay yourself minimum wage, claim minimum wage, and you have all your benefits if that is what you want to do? I'm totally against W-2s. I hate it. I hate it.
Mm.
Right? But if that's the way you want to do it, that's my best advice. Do it that way. Pay yourself minimum wage and you will get all your benefits.
Well, you hate it because you don't want Uncle Sam touching your money, Vic. That's why you want to get all the money up front. So okay, so with 1099, you can't pay yourself minimum wage.
Sure you can.
Okay, all right. So then, when how does the W-2 fit into your benefits then?
Okay, so the W-2 is for you to pay weekly
Right.
into this government stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
A 1099, you just pay yourself minimum wage at the end of the year and you can still go get your benefits. But you have to wait that whole year so you can get that 1099 form and file it. But right now that you are starting,
Got it.
you want to get your W-2s, if you want to keep your health care and all that good stuff, that's the way to go about it.
Okay. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it, man. Wow. I'm telling you, man, there's a lot. This is good, man. There's some really, really good freedom and stuff, dog. So
And
Vic,
someone else fit this to me. My partner, he's freaking like 37 trucks with the warehouse, big old warehouse, you know.
mm,
So this is the way I started. Just like you, asking questions. Of course, we didn't have YouTube back there, but just like you, and I wasn't shy of asking questions. Uh, to me, it's they sounded dumb, but I didn't care. I still asked them, and the good thing is that my partner was like, you know, ask. I'll tell you how to do it. Don't worry about it. And I asked away, and you know, he gave me some good advice, and here we are today.
so man, that's right. All right, man. Well, tomorrow I'm gonna go open up a bank account, man. Anybody you recommend? I know who I'm gonna go with, but anybody you recommend? I was thinking Bank of America. I heard a lot of they charge for everything though. That's what I heard. I'm meeting with somebody at Chase. How say one, Mr. Vic Med?
Chase is the best.
Okay.
Chase is the best for businesses. They are the best, hands down. Unions, don't believe the hype. Them union banks, you know, they some
Credit unions?
what's that?
You talking about credit unions?
Yeah,
Okay.
some are okay, but the majority of them they just don't mess with that much commercial stuff. Do you know what
Mm,
do you
mm,
understand what I'm saying? Where
yes.
if you go to Chase, Chase will finance everything: truck, trailer, flatbed, property, land. They'll finance everything.
So if I go to Chase, I'm gonna get a credit through them, and then I'm gonna tell them, hey, I'm looking to purchase a truck. Can I finance it through you guys? And that's what they're gonna be like. Yeah, we do all that stuff, man. Man, oh man, oh man, oh man.
So you got three missions tomorrow, Cholo.
What's
Open
it?
up the bank account, open up the credit card, and get your finance going for your truck and trailer.
Okay, okay.
You got it all
And
in one pot, Cholo.
all right, Vic, and you have a mission. I don't know if anybody knows this, but Vic is going to the Art LeBeau concert and he's going to start busting some moves. He's getting on that dance floor. I got to see that. Vic, you got to take some video of that, Holmes. You got to take some.
I can't dance and hold the phone at the same time, Cholo. And I'm pretty sure everybody around me is gonna be drunker than a dog, so they ain't gonna be videotaping me.
Oh man, Vic, any last words, brother? Any last things, man? I'm gonna be real. Listen, to everybody watching, I'm afraid. I'm scared, man. I am, but I'm also excited. And I'm just thinking about my future. I'm just thinking about, man, 50 years. When I turn 50, do I really want to be still telling, somebody saying like, hey man, you gotta get up at this time, you gotta be here at this time, you gotta, like man, I've been trucking for over 20 years, man. So but I'm sorry about that. Vic, any last words, carnal?
Don't believe the hype. If this is what you really want to do, just do it. Just do it. Everything's a risk. And if you don't take that risk, you'll never know if you could have made it.
Yeah, yeah. Trucks, where would you park your truck on the downtime? There is no downtime, man. We're gonna be cruising that truck down the boulevard, man. No, you know what? There's a bunch of yards all over the place. There's some they charge, a buck 50, 200. How much Vic is a yard charging for just a truck?
I, I I park in two places. The
Mm,
place that you know, just for the truck, they charge 180, just the
okay,
truck. The
okay.
trailer, they charge 375. And then I park two other trucks in this dirt lot. It's just pure dirt. It's freaking nasty, but it's cheap. They charge
Mm,
me $400 tractor and trailer.
Okay.
But
All right.
my spot, the one you know, that I love that spot, man. It's nice. It's real nice.
And I'll be meeting with you down there, man, to pick more of your brain, Vic. So we'll do it up. Hey, you guys, catch Vic Med for more information. Again, this is I get it. We're talking about trucking, but it's also just if you want to start a business, separate yourself. It's not you. It's yes, it's your business, but separate yourself from it, man. That is how so many of these millionaires slash billionaires do it. That's why whenever they go bankrupt, their business goes under, they're still flying in their own helicopter. They're still riding in their Ferraris. They still got their yacht. Why didn't they lose all that? Because that was their personal stuff. Their company went down. Their company went bankrupt, not them. So separate yourself from all that stuff. Gracias, Vic. By the way, Vic, I'm gonna leave his link to his channel in the comments. It'll be pinned, so that will be the first comment that you guys see, man. Vic, gracias, big dog, for jumping on, and I'll be in touch, brother.
Anytime, anytime.
As always, live your life like you're on the road. Be aware of surroundings and always keep a safe distance. Blood makes you live, but loyalty makes family. Till next time, this is Ed the Thecholotrucker from my man, one Mr. Vic Med. Over and out.